African lion. A group of females surrounds a buffalo twice their size. No signal, no sound. One pushes from behind, two flank left, and one waits exactly where the prey will panic into running. It's not strength, it's geometry. The African lion is the one predator every kid learns first, and gets completely wrong. We picture a king roaring on a cliff at sunrise, but the males barely hunt. They patrol, they fight, they kill cubs that aren't theirs. The real killers are the females. Coordinated, patient, and ruthless. And when the kill is made, the male walks over and eats first. Every time. A lion pride isn't a family. It's a corporation with teeth. And on a continent where everything bites, organization is the deadliest weapon. Every continent has a killer at the top, and the next one hunts alone. Real quick, most of you watching right now aren't subscribed, and that's fine, but if you're enjoying this, just hit subscribe and like. It's free, takes a second, and honestly it helps more than you think. Now stick around, because at the end of this video, there's one question only people who watched everything can answer. First ones to get it right show up on screen next time. Also, these were the first ones who got the answer right from the last video. Alright, back to it. Siberian Tiger, the largest cat alive, and it hunts alone. No pride, no strategy meetings, just 300 kilograms of muscle moving through frozen forests without making a sound. The Siberian tiger doesn't chase, it stalks, sometimes for hours, through snow so deep it would stop most animals cold. Then one burst, one leap, and it's over before the prey even turns around. But here's what makes it different from every other big cat. It hunts bears, brown bears, animals that could crush a wolf with one swing. The tiger doesn't care. Its bite force can snap through bone like dry wood. And in temperatures that drop to -40, this thing thrives, not survives, thrives. But the next cat on this list bites even harder. Jaguar. Most big cats go for the throat. The jaguar goes for the skull, straight through it. One bite. Done. Pound for pound, the strongest bite of any cat on the planet. Strong enough to crack a turtle shell like an egg. Strong enough to pierce bone like it's cardboard. And it doesn't just hunt on land. It swims, it climbs, it drags caimans out of rivers by the head. A 6-foot reptile pulled out of the water like a chew toy. The jaguar doesn't specialize, it dominates everything. Forest floor, treetops, riverbeds, doesn't matter. In the Amazon, nothing looks up and feels safe. Nothing looks down and feels safe either, because the jaguar is already there, wherever there is. Now forget cats entirely. The next apex predator is faster and 10 times heavier. Grizzly bear. Most people think bears are slow. That's the last mistake some of them make. A grizzly can hit 56 kilometers per hour, faster than a horse in a short sprint. At over 300 kilograms, a small car, running at highway speed with claws. And those claws, 10 centimeters each, built for digging, but perfectly designed for tearing. One swipe can open a deer from shoulder to hip. Here's the twist though, the grizzly doesn't need to kill. It can live off berries and salmon and roots. One of the most powerful predators on Earth, and it chooses salad most days. When something triggers that switch though, there is nothing in North America that can stop it. Nothing. The next one has been killing since before the dinosaurs. Saltwater crocodile. It waits just below the surface, eyes barely visible, for hours, sometimes days. Then, one explosion of movement. Jaws lock with 16,000 newtons, the strongest bite of any living animal. And the death roll begins, spinning its prey underwater until the body comes apart. This is the saltwater crocodile, the largest reptile alive, 6 meters long, over 1,000 kilograms, and arguably the oldest killer in nature. While everything else evolved, changed shape, grew fur, learned new tricks, this thing stayed exactly the same. Because it didn't need to change. Nothing alive bites harder. Nothing. And nothing has been doing it longer. This animal watched the dinosaurs disappear and didn't even flinch. It was here before them, and it's still here after. The next one kills in the coldest water on Earth. Leopard seal. It grabs a penguin mid-swim, drags it to the surface, and shakes it so hard the skeleton separates from the flesh. No chewing, no mercy, just physics. This is the leopard seal, Antarctica's apex predator. In the quietest place on Earth, under white ice and still water, something hunts. It doesn't look like a killer. Sleek, almost elegant, with dark spots that blur its shape in the water. But don't let that fool you. This thing is built for violence. In freezing water 3 meters long, up to 500 kilograms, with a jaw that opens wide enough to fit your head inside, and teeth designed for gripping, not chewing. Once it locks on, the only way out is in pieces. It patrols the edges of ice shelves, waiting for penguins to dive. And when they do, it hits from below like a torpedo. And here's the part that doesn't make sense. Sometimes it approaches divers, not to attack, but to offer them food. Dead penguins, dropped at their feet like gifts. One photographer documented it happening for days. Gray wolf. Most predators kill to eat. The gray wolf kills and the entire ecosystem rearranges itself in Yellowstone. When wolves were reintroduced after 70 years, the rivers literally changed course. Not a metaphor, the rivers moved. Without wolves, the elk had grazed everywhere, destroying vegetation along riverbanks. The soil eroded, the banks collapsed, the rivers widened and wandered. Then the wolves came back, the elk moved. The trees grew, the roots held the soil, and the rivers straightened. One predator changed the course of water. A pack of wolves can take down an elk 10 times their size, not with strength, with endurance. They run their prey into exhaustion, sometimes for hours, rotating the lead chaser while the prey has no one to rotate with. Every other predator on this list dominates a territory. The gray wolf redesigns it. The ocean didn't lose its monsters. The land just gave them a purpose. Now let's get to the question. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Pay attention because this one isn't for everyone. Which apex predator on this list can run faster than a horse in short bursts, despite weighing over 300 kilograms? Drop your answer in the comments. The first people to get it right will be featured in the next video. And that's it for today, but I'll be back. Leave suggestions for animals and videos in the comments. Your idea could be the next video, so stay tuned. Don't miss the next one. See in the next video.